Hey everyone, this is Steve from GamersNexus.net, and we are back with the spiritual successor of our Steam Greenlight Spotlight series. The show has been officially rebranded as the Hyper Edition of our Heat Signature series, thus expanding its focus to all manner of upcoming games rather than just Greenlight. And for today's episode, we're highlighting 7 promising gaming titles, including Double Fine's new strategy game, an MMORPG that's driven entirely by player-created music, a charming platformer that uses player death as an integral mechanic, and the successor to Nitronic Rush, and of course more. Let's start with that last one, the successor to Nitronic Rush, and that is known as Distance. It serves as the follow-up to the hit indie racing game, and Distance fuses classic arcade racer elements with a futuristic neon aesthetic, resulting in what feels like an amalgamation of stock car racing, Speed Racer, Tron, and Trackmania. That's kind of how I see it, and especially the Trackmania bit. So game mechanics consist of boosting, jumping, flight, and rotation, which is effectively gravity reversal, and players must overcome obstacles and survive the entire course, hopefully scoring in a quick time. And there's multiplayer, level editing, modding, stunt mode, capture the flag, all that stuff available. Check that out along with all the other games in the description below if you're interested. Moving on to slot number 6, we've got The Forest, which is an open world survivor horror hybrid that aims to integrate with Oculus Rift, which is probably the most interesting element of the whole game. Of course, Oculus Rift is the forthcoming virtual reality headset, but that's out of the scope of this. Check that out separately if you're interested, link below. The Forest is a sort of interesting mix of traditional survival elements like resource collection and encampment with traditional horror and exploration elements, as evidenced so clearly by the game's Naked Slender Man. And, or I suppose it's also Community's Human Being. I'm not really sure which is the more appropriate example there. The lead developer of The Forest has serious visual FX experience in the movie industry. Tron Legacy and 300 are some of his credited projects. And he notes Minecraft, Trespasser, and in the movie world Cannibal Holocaust and The Descent as influences for The Forest. Moving on. Next, we have Void Destroyer, which I first spotted on a Star Citizen subforum, where the developer of the game offered his game as a means for RSI backers to tide themselves over before Star Citizen is launched. Void Destroyer fuses tactical unit command with spaceflight combat to create a new space sim that's focused on the grander scale of things, the entire war, rather than just individual conflicts. And similar to X3, you've got a scalable in-game economy, massive space sectors and conflicts, and as a twist, the game reduces the focus on the player's individual combat performance and rather looks at the overall command of other units while still putting you on the front lines. Very interesting mix there. Moving on to number 4, we've got a plain old bizarre game. Abducted is self-described as, quote, an action-adventure mystery horror game. So yeah, it sounds a bit lofty and reachy, but the themes appear to fit together from what little information we have right now. The player character has been, spoiler alert, abducted and taken to another planet, where she must progress through environmental puzzles, combat, and atmospheric oddities in order to learn where she's been taken and why. I maintain that bizarre is the correct descriptor for this one. Before we get to Tim Schafer and Double Fine, let's talk about one more small game called Life Goes On. We've actually written previous articles about how death can be used as an interesting game mechanic and that it's generally used irresponsibly by developers as a form of punishment. In Life Goes On, the player is often forced to sacrifice her current hero to pave the way for future spawns, making for interesting gameplay decisions. And for instance, in order to cross a pit of spikes, it may be necessary to purposefully die on them and then use that body to hop across with your next hero. In the same fashion, players can utilize their infinite heroes' corpses to block gates or hold down switches and stuff like that. Very interesting puzzle platformer that's definitely worth checking out, and hit that below if you are interested. And now we move to Massive Chalice, Double Fine's latest venture in an experiment in tactics and strategy using Dwarf Fortress-esque multi-generational heroic bloodlines and classic turn-based tactics to create something new and somewhat unique. Units will be born, grow to become heroes, and inevitably die on the battlefield or of old age, then pass down their knowledge in the form of relics to later heroes. And all of this happens in one campaign, effectively under one roof. The game spans hundreds of years, so as you progress through the campaign, you'll need to strategically train new heroes to take place of those who will soon go extinct, ideally strengthening them with each generation. The team is still looking for funding for this one, so do check that out if you like Double Fine and want to back them. Finally, let's talk briefly about Anthymn. Anthymn is an ultra-ambitious project to bring music creation and MMORPGs together, except rather than just hitting hotkeys on a bard, you'll be actually creating the music with your group members. You choose your starting city and class based on personal music tastes, and it pretty much covers every genre, and there are actual in-game locations similar to those tastes that fit in with the story. This becomes relevant later when you end up using in-game lessons on music theory to craft your own war songs, the depth of which is not discussed, and those are then played in rhythm-based battle to fend off assailants in standard gameplay. So that's all for this episode. Check out the links below if there's a particular game you're interested in, and standard Kickstarter disclaimer, Kickstarter involves risks, so don't invest in something without heavily researching it first. Have fun, and I will see you all next time. Peace.